Caution, excuse me, about Sierra Leone. Basically, I think I want to underscore certain things before I start, and I have a forum, and I believe in myself, just like I believe in all of you guys who listen to me on a daily basis. And basically, I think you believe that whatever I say, I might not have all of the truth. When I mean truth, I might not have all of what it takes for you to have all of the information. I think that's what I mean. For you to have all of the information you need, I might not have the capacity to do that, but I think I try as much as possible to point you to something that will lead you to make a decision on your own. I think my purpose here is for you to make an independent decision that will affect not only your life, but also it will affect the lives of others around you and in your community. I think for me, that's the purpose. I want to create the impression for you to make an independent decision. It is far too long. Sierra Leoneans have been listening and taking decisions from other people for far too long. But it is left to us as Sierra Leoneans to listen, but to also make an independent decision. I'm not saying don't listen to politicians. You should. I'm not saying don't listen to civil society. You should. I'm not saying don't listen to other media personnel. You should. I'm not saying don't listen to basically social media. You should. But because these are all grounds that you can feed on, but not believe hook, line, and sinker. I always come here and say whatever I say here. Don't just believe hook, line, and sinker. Just like the Bible says, they said the Berean Christians, when Paul preached to them, they went at night, opened their books, looked at whether what Paul was saying is true. That is what we need to do as Sierra Leone. Because these days, the kind of propaganda we are faced with, especially with regards to this government, we have never seen it in our lifetime, in my own lifetime. I have never seen the kind of propaganda I see with regards to this government, what they do. I have never seen it in my entire life. Just this morning, I was talking to parents. Some parents are paying up to 6 million leones for their children to enter JSS1. This is absurd. This morning, I'm talking to parents. They are paying over 6 million leones. It's not propaganda. I'm not saying it's not propaganda. You go, and that's why I tell people, when I say something, go and check. Parents are paying 6 million leones just because their children could not have the exact mark to go to the first choice of school. So the second choice, they have to pay almost, it's like 6 million leones. I am not going to propaganda about this. Go and check. I'm not saying this because I want to say it. Just go and check. But I think before we go to today's issue, let me underscore one thing. This is Facebook. For some of us, I want you to go and look at what is Facebook. What is Facebook all about? You know, I hear people say, oh, well, when you come, you talk about yourself. What is Facebook? Maybe, probably you need to go back and check about what is Facebook. Oh, just go straight to the point and don't even apologize. No, that is what they call courtesy. If I promise that I'm going to come on the air and did not come, I have to come and say, hey guys, I'm sorry. I apologize. I have to do that because that is what they call courtesy. I don't know, probably we've lost that one. That's why people don't know about it, or probably people don't even want to know about it. But that is what is called courtesy. And if I even give you a background why I did not come on air, you cannot tell me that I shouldn't say it. Oh, people don't want to listen to that. And well, get out of my feed. I'm not calling. Listen, go and look at what is Facebook. What is Facebook all about? It's about activities. It's about daily happenings. It's about issues, joys, pain, enjoyment. This is what Facebook is all about. So don't tell me, oh, don't talk about yourself. Don't say this, don't say that. I don't know if you're angry about it. You know, I feel bad that somebody will say that to me. I feel bad. Because that is what Facebook is all about. Daily happenings, activities, your joys, your sorrows, your tears, your laughter. That is what Facebook is all about. That's why they say Facebook. But let's forget about it. I think that's just sidetrack. But as I was saying, I want you to go and check how much, people are spending on the reopening of schools. Check. People have started going for interviews. Some people are paying almost 6 million leones for just JSS1, from NPSC to JSS1. 6 million leones. And we're talking about free education. Free education. I don't know what is this free education. I'm not doing any propaganda here. I want you to go and check. All of us, most people have children going to school. Go and check. Go and make your inquiry as to how much parents are paying right now. Don't give us that elephants, I don't know. Don't dress us in borrowed robes. Parents are suffering, and you are going about telling people that the education is free. It is free. You don't have to pay for entry. And parents are paying 6 million leones just to enter JSS1, just because their children were not able to get the marks for the first choice school. So a second choice, you have to pay that amount of money. And you are telling me that it is free education. It's for just international community that are actually pouring monies on education. That it is just like we are saying, it is not that being dressed in borrowed robes. And we say education is, this is free education. Now we can, it's just talking from one lip of your mouth, and the other lip you are doing something else. Just like we were saying yesterday. Why, what I'm going to ask today is, what are the needs of the common Sierra Leonean? Is it easy to fix? What are our needs as Sierra Leoneans? What are our needs? Can we fix it? Is it easy to fix? Or can we fix it? What are our needs? What are the needs of the common Sierra Leonean? You know, we always say this, the common Sierra Leonean is so easy to satisfy. It's so easy to please. It just takes a government that has the heart for the people. That is all it takes. But to please the common Sierra Leonean is so easy. I remember after even August 10th, and these soldiers were going about, I don't know if it's around PMB by Wellington or Waterloo. I just can't place my hand on the specific location. But they were preaching peace on that microphone. Here we call it a bullhorn. He was holding a bullhorn and he was talking about peace. Oh, let's forget about this politician. But you know what? Sometimes I wonder which politicians are you talking about? Are you talking about both SLPP and APC? Or you're just talking on the opposition, one side? You're one-sided. But it was let's talk about peace. Let's forget about this politician. They can't deceive us and all of these things. But one thing that I admire that day was the way after just that gruesome day, the Sierra Leoneans were saying, oh yes, 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 that's it, we want peace. And that is how easy the common Sierra Leonean is easy to satisfy. It takes just one little thing to just be pleased with you. And that's why I'm surprised that there is so much hate for this government. It speaks volume. So much venom, so much hate for this government. It speaks volume. Because the Sierra Leonean is so easy. So easy to just fall in line. It's so easy to fall in line. Sometimes it pains me when I see and I notice the struggles of, and that is why I tell people, you go and ask about me. I have not built a house because I cannot see somebody suffering and not lending a hand. That is just the kind of person I am. Those who know me, they know me. Those who I have worked with, they know me. I will never see somebody going without. And I have the opportunity to help, and I just throw a blind eye. And that is why I said, these people, politicians, it is just wickedness. If you can see people suffering, if you can see people going through pains, and you just throw a blind eye to it, that is, for me, is beyond wickedness. In fact, it's a stage wherein you become like a monster to the people of Sierra Leone. The Sierra Leoneans just need the basic need. What are these basic needs? I want to itemize. For me, I just see 4 basic needs that you are able to please the Sierra Leoneans. They can bear you with other things. They can, you can navigate with them on other things, but they just need these 4 things. Because when you are able to satisfy one person, you are even able to satisfy even more than our community style of the way we do things. When one person is able to satisfy, you are able to probably take care of almost 20 people. That is the African setting. Just 4 basic things. For me, number 1, provide a way for the individual to be able to earn a living. It couldn't be just work, offer a job, but no, provide the avenue for somebody to what? To make a living. Number 1. That is what they need. When you take care of one person, you're able to take care of probably those behind that person, over probably 20 people. Create an environment for somebody to make a living. Number 2, Let that person be able to what? Have at least a square meal a day. You know, I can tell you, somebody will say, oh, no, why 1 square meal a day? It just shows. I started off with that. The common Sierra Leonean is so easy to please. It's so easy to satisfy. Let that individual be, you know, at least a square meal a day. I'm not even going too far to say 2 square meal. A square meal a day. Let that individual be sure that that square meal a day, I am able to get this square meal a day. I'll be able to provide myself this square meal a day. Number 3, let that individual have a shelter, a place to lay their heads. You know, there are several people in Sierra Leone, especially in the western area, that sometimes you can see like a room and a parlor, you have like almost 10, 15 people in just one room and a parlor. Sleeping in that one room, over 10, 15 people. Let them have a roof over their head. That is number 3. Number 4, when that individual have, you know, he can make a living. That individual, you know, is able to have food. That individual has a shelter to lay their heads. That individual need a light after going through all of the day's work, and they can sit as a family to watch TV, to entertain themselves. Stroke water. Light, stroke water. Probably will put it energy. They're all part of energy. 4. Look at how easy it is. When I see what people grumble about in the United States, I look at it and I say, oh my God, Sierra Leoneans are so easy to take care of. They just need to keep body and soul together. Basic human needs. I know some of you probably have gone through, you know, psychology. They'll tell you about Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm not even going to call the last one. It is like a pyramid. We all know a pyramid. Down is bigger and it narrows to the top. That's a pyramid. You had the physiological needs. And these are the needs I've just itemized. Those basic needs. Those necessity of life. Maslow said it is we need it. And this is what these common Sierra Leoneans are asking for. Those basic needs that Maslow itemized. These are needs. When people don't have them, that's when they begin to, you know, get uncomfortable. Especially for us in that part of Africa. When you don't have those needs, then people become uncomfortable. And remember those days, even early 80s, in the 80s, like let's say even late 70s to early 80s, we were better off. We had people coming from Namibia, coming from Ghana, up to Guinea here, you know, just back of us, Guinea. I remember when Sékou Touré was president of Guinea. The Fullers were leaving. That was when we have a chunk of the Fullers coming from Guinea to Sierra Leone. They were migrating because it was better off in Sierra Leone than it was in Guinea. What about Ghana? That was the period we had a lot of Ghanaian teachers coming to Sierra Leone to teach, because it was better off in Sierra Leone than in Ghana. Namibia had a war, so they sent some of their children to Sierra Leone. But let's take Ghana as an instance. This was a period in which in Ghana, people queue. Then they tow line. People then they tow line for waiting for paste. For just a slot of paste, people queue for it. You bring your toothbrush and they just put a little bit of toothpaste. You pay for that one. Just in the morning to go and brush your teeth. That's what the time, several people have a bar of soap to take a shower. A bar of soap. But then it was better off in Sierra Leone. Some of you guys now were not even born by then. You were not born by then. By then I was probably junior high school. Some of you guys were not born by then. But it was better off in Sierra Leone than in Ghana, than in Guinea, than in Namibia. What happened? What happened? When we saw Ghana, people were queuing just to have that slot of paste, toothpaste. You pay for it just to put one slot on your toothbrush. You pay for it just to brush your teeth in the morning. We were better off. Teachers, they run away, come to Sierra Leone. Businessmen, they run away from Ghana to come to Sierra Leone. I knew several teachers by then. In fact, one of them was my math teacher. What went wrong? What went wrong? I remember when we used to, when this teacher used to come, it was like, I think 6 or 7 of us taking his math class. And he used to tell us stories. Stories. The hunger in Ghana. The difficulties in Ghana. That was in the early 80s. Or late 70s, early 80s. What went wrong in Sierra Leone? For me, it is perception. Perception. It's just like we switched ideas. We switched perception. We were better off, but we switched. Ghana's perception changed. Today, in West Africa, Ghana is one of the giants in West Africa. I'm not talking about Africa, I'm talking about in West Africa. When you call Nigeria, you will call Ghana in West Africa. But we were better off than Ghana. What went wrong? Perception. Yesterday we were talking about what? Philosophical ideas. Reasoning. Reasoning. How far is our reasoning power? Changed overnight. I'm not saying overnight, but within a period of time, Ghana's perception changed about life, about their economy, about It is Ghana. When I went to Ghana, I went to I think it was a store. Yes, I of course I used to work with just I used to travel with just US dollars. And I went there, like you have in Sierra Leone, you can just go to any boutique, and you can just you can they can just change that money for you. Not in Ghana. I don't know about now. It's been over, probably the last time I was there was 2011. And I went to the boutique to buy a pair, because I think by then I don't know what happened to my shoe. So I had to go and buy another shoe. So I was giving, proudly I took my dollar and I was giving the guy the dollar. And he said, no. And what he said? He said, no, I don't eat dollars. That was his exact words. No, I don't eat dollars. So you have to go to the bureau. He said, if I do this right now, he said, I will go to jail. He said, if I change this money for you, I will go to jail. But his exact words was, I don't eat dollars. I was proudly removing my dollar to, a $100 bill to pay, and so that he would give me a change of the cedis. He said, no, you have to go down to the bureau, change the money, and come and make a purchase. Man, I was standing there, I said, is that how you guys have grown? That you're afraid? Even when you know that I'm a foreign person, I'm a foreigner from out of Ghana, nobody will know. But he said, I don't eat dollars. Perception. Where have we gone wrong? Sierra Leone was better off than Ghana. Sierra Leone was better off than Guinea. The foolish, in fact, that was the period most of them came to Sierra Leone. A lot came to Sierra Leone. Because Sierra Leone was that conducive for them. Where have we gone wrong? What happened over the years? What happened? Have we changed so much that countries that we were better off than have now overtaken us 10 times, if not more than that? Have we gone so low that Ghana, and of course, we're not going to even talk about Namibia. They're way ahead of us. Way ahead of us. Even our neighbor, Guinea. Guinea is way ahead of us. What is wrong? What is wrong? Have we that? I don't know. When I was making this comparison, I just sat and I said, you know what? It's painful. It's painful to go through those processes, and you see these countries that you were better off, a few years ago, and now they are 10 times even more than your own country. And you begin to ask yourself, education. Sierra Leone was the anthem of West Africa. The anthem of West Africa. I remember people used to come from Nigeria, Ghana, all of these things to study at the Faraday College. Even during our own time. I remember at the Albert Academy, we had like 3 students that came from the United States. And we have students from India. What is wrong with every sector, every sphere? in Sierra Leone. How have we so much in the years destroyed everything? And one of the things that will destroy a country, one major factor that will destroy a country, is the blame game. That is the biggest factor that destroys a nation, the blame game. And that blame game have existed since 1961. Since 1961, that blame game. And every decade, we keep blaming somebody. We keep blaming the other person. We're still blaming the other person. Just because we don't want to work on behalf of the Sierra Leonean people, we keep blaming other people for not, heading forward, for not pushing forward. We keep blaming other people. If you continue to blame other people rather than working, you continue to look at your challenges as failures. Because after you have those challenges, all you do is to blame somebody. So it means you are not able to do what you're supposed to do because you said this person is responsible. Where all of us we all have challenges, but most of us are able to navigate those challenges. I know a lot of people that came from like 3 thatched roof villages, 5 thatched roof villages, 7 thatched roof villages, yet they never blamed their surrounding. They faced their challenges and they were successful right there in Sierra Leone. They never blamed their environment. They used their environment as a stepping stone to move a step further in their career, in their lives. Watch for those people who continue to blame others. They will never succeed in life. Watch those people who you see, they are colleagues. They always, hey, now this person is responsible. This person I make, hey, now my mama, they say, I which mean, I make an able for go be fair. Watch those people who continue to blame others for their misfortune, for their downfall. Watch them. They are always behind. They are always crippling. They continue to creep. My challenges are a stepping stone to become successful in life. My challenges. I don't blame other people for my challenges. I use those challenges to move. It doesn't mean that I don't remember those who caused those challenges. But I will not continue to wallow. I will not continue to cry. Just like sometimes we say, don't cry over spilled milk. Don't cry over spilled milk. If that milk is already spilled, you cannot gather that milk. Forget about that milk. Look for a way to get another probably cup of milk. Don't look for people who blame. I have a sister, I always use her as an example of somebody who uses challenges This sister of mine, he came to the United States. She came to the United States. Nobody was able to help her. She called family members. In fact, it was those family members that will call another family member. They say, no, don't help her. Don't help her. Let her go back home. That sister never wallowed in those challenges. She went back home. She went there. She made herself useful. Family members did not help her. In fact, they were calling each other, no help her more, no help her more, let's go back na salon. Let's go back na salon, no help her more. That is how bad we are to each other. And that's why sometimes I say, be careful the kind of family you encourage. Be careful the kind of friends you encourage. Yesterday, I have family members I would encourage. I have family members I will never encourage. This lady went back home. Can you imagine? People are looking forward to come to the United States. And especially if you have a family member here, they will look for all sorts of ways to help you. This lady was told to go back home. Family member said, oh, no, no, help her. Let's go back home. Let's go back home. That's how bad we are to each other. She went back home. She did not wallow in that, said, oh, well, they were not responsible. We may cannot succeed. No, she did not. She lifted her head up. And she said, look, this is just a stepping stone I'm going to use. This challenge is a stepping stone I'm going to use. And today, she's in England. I'm just telling you. Anytime we begin to blame people, we blame each other, we blame this person, we blame this government, we blame this opposition party, this political party for our failures. We'll continue to fail. Because now you have a cushion. Whenever you fail, you have a cushion, you blame that person. So you don't care anymore. You don't move to higher height because you have a way of making to cushion yourself. When you fail, you say, oh, now this person ain't responsible. Now this party ain't responsible. Now this opposition ain't responsible. Now them people are not responsible. Although we know there are people, there are organizations that are responsible sometimes of our failures. But use that as a stepping stone. Don't continue to blame others for your failures. Every time you do that, the Ghanaians, that was why they were successful. Their challenges, they use that as a stepping stone, and they continue to look back at history and say, this is where we came from. We don't want to go back there. And that is what is wrong with Sierra Leoneans. We don't go back and look at our history and say, hey, we don't want to go there. We don't want to move back, from where to back where we were before. We don't. All we do is blame game. Oh, no, they were not responsible. Now this person ain't responsible. But what can we do? You can create an opportunity for yourself. But the government can also create an opportunity. It's both ends. Create an opportunity. All of the successful men I have seen, most of them created an opportunity for themselves. Elon Musk, Michael Bloomberg, Bill Gates. What about the Facebook guy? They created an opportunity for themselves. I used to teach a subject called sustainable development, and when I taught that subject, I was the first person in the college that started teaching that subject. And I motivated my students, and I gave them some projects to do. You know, how can you create a livelihood for people without destroying the ecosystem, without destroying the environment? Because that is what it's all about. Sustainable development is all about how you can create, a livelihood for people without destroying the environment for the future generation. Look at the plastic bags on a daily basis being thrown on the streets of Freetown and every environment around those other provincial capitals. They are destroying the environment. Even though you have people, that are making a living through that, but they are helping to destroy the environment for the future generation. How can you sustain the environment? How can you sustain the earth for the future generation? Let's take for another example, the cutting down of trees. Oh yes, it's creating employment. People are making a living. But what is it doing? It is destroying the environment for the next generation. It's destroying the environment for the next generation. So how can we as individuals create these opportunities so that people can make a living without destroying the environment? And that is what should have been discussed at this point in time, rather than we discuss issues of rebellion, issues of killing of innocent people, issues of. These are some of the things we should be thinking about. Other nations are thinking that line. We are thinking of reconciliation, resolving problems, especially problems that should have been taken care of after the war. And that was why I said that was why the TRC failed, because it handpicked specific set of people, handpicked them, and these are the ones that are guilty. These are the ones that are guilty, and these ones no. Let's shield them. These are our own people. Let's shield them. And now we are suffering as a result of that, because the right thing was not done. And now we are grappling with the after effect of what should have been done a long time ago that would have brought sustainable peace in Sierra Leone. You know how many billions, if not even trillion, was spent on that peace process? After the peace process and all of the things that happened, these are trillions that was spent for nothing, because we are back to square one. Except you want to deny that. Except you want to deny that we are back to square one. people are being killed indiscriminately. Everywhere except southeast. Western area, the north, people are being killed indiscriminately. Extrajudicial killings. And nobody was talking about it throughout last week, the end of this week. Nobody talked about it. All they are busy is to make these committees because they know there's money in there. Yesterday I told you guys there's money in there, so now everybody's coming to have a share of that money. And who would be the victims? The people of Sierra Leone. They are the victims. They are the victims, the people of Sierra Leone. They're coming out to eat that money. They're waiting for the money now. Some of them are beginning to write projects right now as I speak to you. They're beginning to write projects. Some are beginning to write projects for children. Some are beginning to write projects for women right now. And that is why I said it is the people that will be the victim at the end of the day. None of these guys will suffer. None of them. I told you yesterday, don't you see Alpha Saidu? Alpha Saidu was there among the civil society activists. Joseph Sano was there among the civil society activists. These guys are going to enjoy money. Free lunch is coming very soon. Free lunch is coming for them. And sometimes that is why I get angry with the international community sometimes. Because not that they don't know. I don't know why they're doing things like this. To feed hungry people that are the cause of this situation right now. They are all waiting. They are waiting right now. They are waiting. Because money is on the way. Money is on the way to fill their pockets and their purses. Some of them are writing projects. Probably some of them are finished writing their projects right now. And we are the ones paying those monies because we are the taxpayers. And somebody was telling me yesterday, what are you doing for Sierra Leone? Oh, you don't know that those monies America is giving to Sierra Leone, it is the taxpayers' money like us taking care of Sierra Leone. That is what I am doing for my country. I'm paying taxes. And those are the money that are being given to you guys. And you are asking me, oh, what are you doing for Sierra Leone? You don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you went to school or probably you know exactly about international affairs. Because if you know about international affairs, you will know how these monies are assessed. But I'm not even going to talk to you because you don't even know. And you are, oh, what have you done for your country? I have done a lot. Brother, I have done a lot. Ask those who know me. I have done a lot. I have taken care of children in Sierra Leone. 23 when I was in Sierra Leone. I was paying their school fees. I was buying school bags. I was buying school uniform. I was buying shoes. I was paying fees. That was what I was doing for my country. You go and ask. People will tell you. I'm not that kind of person that has money and keep that kind of money to myself. And this was my money. I worked for it. And I was spending it on Sierra Leoneans that I don't even know where they were born. And you are asking me, what have you done for Sierra Leone? I was not a government official. I was not taking a single cent from government. You have these people, ask them to take their money, personal money, to give to people or to take care of people they have not known from Adam. They are not going to do it. They only do it when it has to do with government. Even at that, they are going to keep some for themselves. And what they give out is like chicken, peanuts to the people. And that is what they are waiting for as I speak to you right now. They are waiting for that money. Reconciliation money. Oh, you see the Interreligious Council. I abhor these people. And I will continue to talk about it. I abhor these people. They are the problem of that country. These religious bodies, they are the problem. They are the major problem of that country. And there are some of them with their big stomach, seated there, and the stomach is like this. I don't know. People think that to be fat, to have those big stomach signify riches. You're joking. That is why most of them, they will just fall down and just die. Because all of that fat has accumulated in their heart. All of those arteries have become like block, compressed to a point the heart does not, it doesn't have a free flow. That is why they die. They think fat stomach signify riches. Who told you that? And I tell people, I will never, ever think of having a very large stomach. I will never, ever have that. Because I now know what is responsible for so many deaths in Africa. You just eat everything. Everything you eat, everything. Gluttonous. The moment somebody becomes president or minister, look at them now. Large stomach. And you see them, they don't even have a neck anymore. They don't even have this anymore. Everything is like this. The shoulder and the neck is like this. No, you can't see. That is how they show that they have money. That is how they show they are. In fact, some of them will get those pills. Those pills to make them fat. People are making themselves to become slim, and you are taking pills to make yourself fat. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that word fat. Because now people have a way of, try to make it decent. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry about it. I'm not going to do that. No. But look at them. Just look at that entire belly like this. That guy is seated here. The belly is like this. And they think that is good living. That's what they think. Large stomach, fat body, huge body. It's what? Good living. You are mistaken. You are going to your grave. You're going to your grave. I don't think I exercise. I make sure I keep myself. If I tell you my age, when I went to Sierra Leone, I saw my colleagues in 2020. I went to Sierra Leone and I saw the colleagues of mine I know we are all at that same age gap. And they are like 65 years or 70 years of age. Sometimes I couldn't hold myself. I said, what is wrong with you, man? What happened? They're like 70, like 65 years of age. Because they don't treat their body the way they're supposed to treat it. And they think that it's a sign of good living. To have a projected stomach is a sign of good living. Look at you. Good for you. A sign of good living because you have a projected stomach and you think it's a sign of good living. Good for you. And let me say this. Those guys are seated there. Their mind is what? On the money that is coming. You wait until you know the amount of billions that they have spent on these funny things we are seeing. The amount of billions that would have been spent on this should have been spent on something else. But because you have a bunch of fools, a bunch of sycophants, listen to the president. I sometimes I fold my hand and say, where have these people? Why did the people not see this? And you have educated people in Sierra Leone, and they are still praising this president. But you know what? But that's the same thing they used to do for Donald Trump. You have people who are benefiting. They know the system. They know how to navigate the system. The president knows nothing. He knows nothing about governance. He knows, if you even give the president a single department in a ministry, he will fail. I'm not joking. I'm saying the truth. If you give the president right now a department in a single ministry, he will fail. Because he knows nothing of how to run an organization. And he was saying, and I had the interview with Al Jazeera. I had the other interview with BBC. I was wondering, is this a president of a whole country? Disgracing a whole country? Some of the questions, he was not even able to answer them. He had to divert. He had to sit. I was wondering, what is he saying? This was the question that was asked. And look at where he's taking 100 miles, marathon from the question that was asked. And people are praising, oh, President Bio is the best president. Okay, sir. You're just making a mockery of yourself. You're making a mockery of yourself. Making a mockery of yourself. You say this president is the best president, you are making a mockery of yourself. If it is the direct opposite. He is the worst president Sierra Leone has ever produced. I don't like Johnny Paul one bit, but he's better off than Maada Bio. We're talking about brains. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about any other. We're talking about brains. I don't like him one bit. I can tell you that I don't like him one bit. But when it comes to brain, Maada Bio is actually, I don't know. You have the way they call it. It's at the bottom of what? The gene pool. I don't know if you know that phrase. If you know that phrase, at the bottom of the gene pool. Among all the presidents, Maada Bio is at the bottom of the gene pool. And you say, oh, he is the best president. Oh my God. You are making mockery of yourself. You're making yourself a caricature. Sierra Leoneans are so easy to take care of. So easy. If you can take care of these 4 basic needs, which I believe we have a way of going around taking care of these 4 needs. I'm telling you, that president will be hailed. That president will be like a king in Sierra Leone. Just these 4 needs. Just these 4 basic needs. That's the people need in Sierra Leone. Provide a way they can make a living. That is number 1. If a government, a president can provide a way that the people can make a living, they will lift you up, high up. Number 2, if they can have food at a cost that is what? Is at the reach of the lowest. If they are able to have a shelter, roof over their heads. Number 3, Number 4, if they have light, after going through the day's job, they come back home, eat food, sit down with children and wife and everybody else, neighbor, if it is possible, neighbors, and they watch their TV. They entertain themselves. They can go to bed and sleep, wake up in the morning for another day. Just these 4 things. Of course, water, light goes with water. Let that person go out. There is a pump. There is a tap out there. They can just open the tap and get water from it. These countries are able to save water. Sierra Leone look at the rain that is coming in Sierra Leone. Are we not able to save that water? Look at the amount of rain. This is what countries like this are doing. They are diverting these rains, and it goes to a specific place and stays there. Now we're talking about Colorado. They're worried about Colorado because, the water basin is so low, and they're afraid that it might run dry. And we have all of this water, all of this rain coming in a year, and we have no way of conserving this water. So we want to ask, what is wrong? What is wrong? Why are we not able to do these basic things for these people? Why? I think the answer is right there. Because everybody is hoarding. The moment this government comes into power, I'm talking about both. I'm talking about APC, SLPP. Those people right now, these people are waiting. APC, some of them are broke right now. They are broke. When they come to power, you see most of them, some of them will start hoarding. Hoarding. They want to take everything. Just like what this guy did. When they came, all our reserve was finished in probably 3 months. Then conquer everything. Everybody is greed. I usually watch a program called American Greed, and it gives you, the length at which people go to make money, the length at which they go. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think some of you guys are getting that program in Sierra Leone. I don't think so. American Greed. If you have an opportunity to watch these programs, watch them, you see the length at which people go to make money. Everybody's hoarding, everybody's taking as long as they're in governance. Oh, let me take, maybe in the next few years, we will not be, let me make sure I get. And the people are suffering. Initially, when I said, the people are the victim. They are the victims. Whilst people will be enjoying it right now, they will come with a reconciliation package, and all of this civil society, all of these interreligious councils, all of these other groups, you have the lawyers, they are right there, you have the journalists, everybody is right there now. Everybody wants their own share. And all of them are going to have their own share. And the people will be the victims. And they are the ones that are dying. They are the ones that are being killed right now. Extrajudicial killings is happening. And nobody is talking about it. But all they're interested is to fill their own pockets, to fill their own purses. That's all they're after. And that's why for me, Sierra Leoneans, you and I, we need to be sensitive. As I tell people the last time, I said, you know what? Every politician, be SLPP, APC, they have failed the people of Sierra Leone. All of them. I can tell you, Sierra Leoneans, we have been left to ourselves. We have been left to take care of ourselves. Nobody is taking care of us. Nobody cares about us. Look at what is happening now. As schools, as parents are taking their kids to school to have entrance after the MPLC, just to go for the JSS 1. Look at what is happening. 6 million youths. And you say it is free education. And the international community is pouring money. Money is being poured into this thing. Where have we gone wrong as a nation? Continue to fight for these politicians, but they are not fighting back for us. They continue to kill us for them, but they are not. They refuse to put themselves in harm's way for their own people. But the people are putting themselves in harm's way for their politicians. It should be the other way around. It should be the politicians that are supposed to die for their people. The people are being killed for their politicians. As I said yesterday, SLPP, your own turn is coming tomorrow. That is the same thing your politicians will do. They will never die for you. They will not die for you. They want you to die for them. And we begin to pinpoint on right now what they're doing. Oh, well, politicians are, but you know what? They're one-sided. When they talk about, when this government, these people are talking about politicians, all they are talking about the opponent, the opposite. And that was why I was angry since last week. I was angry. You know why? Because when this civil society came, when these politicians came, when these religious bodies came, council, inter-religious council came, when the journalists came, they were not concerned about the suffering of the people. No, they don't care. All they need is, oh, let's have a reconciliation. Because, as I told you, there's money in there. Money, there's money. Oh, let's have a reconciliation, this and that. They did not talk about the extrajudicial killings that is going on. They don't care. It's not their business. In fact, for them, I told you 90% of those civil society is from the southeast. So they like it that way. Oh, our people are not being killed. You know, it's only the northerners and the westerners. These are the people that are being killed. We don't care. They don't even talk about it. Did you hear the president? The president of the Bar Association? What she said? She only mentioned about who? The police. Let's let the government provide a fund for this police so that... Oh, no, I'm beginning to hear something about you, madam. I'm beginning to hear something about you. Oh, yes. We begin to hear something. I hope it is not true. For your relationship with Keke Toma. I hope it is not true. I would not want to believe that. Because that's what they're saying. We want to know the relationship between you as the Bar Association president and Keke Toma Sandi. We want to know that relationship. We want to know the relationship between you and Keke Toma Sandi. You are the president of the Bar Association. What is the relationship between you and Keke Toma Sandi? I don't know. I'm just asking. And a lot of people are asking. Because for you to make a statement like that, when you know, I remember few period ago, probably last 2 months ago, you were seated there at what, 98.1, and you were against certain things the government is doing, and now you are in line. You are in line right now. We want to know why the change. Why did you change so quickly? Within 2 months, you have changed. Not even 2 months. We want to know the relationship between you and Keke Thomas Sandi, president of the Bar Association. What relationship do you have with Keke Thomas Sandi? I don't know. But people are asking. People are asking. Brothers and sisters, we are being left to fend for ourselves. I can tell you this, and it is the basic truth. We are being left to fend for ourselves. Nobody cares about you in Sierra Leone. Nobody cares about you. You are being left to fend for yourself. You are at the mercies of either our ancestors or a supernatural being. You are at the mercies of that supernatural being or the ancestors. They've abandoned us. They've abandoned you and I. When I see the way I see representative care about their people in their constituents here, they will do everything because they know at the end of the day they need their votes. It is not here. You don't just come and say, "Oh, let me give you 10,000, $20 or $500." No, people don't go for that. But in Sierra Leone, they will come and give you. You see, they started dishing out 500,000, 250,000. I don't know how much. That is why. You know, I remember I had an issue. I called my representative. And his personal head picked up the call and said, you know, he's going to be with you. He's busy right now. But immediately he comes back. I will make sure I call you. You talk to him. Who am I? I'm just nobody. I am a nobody. But you know what? He needs my vote. He needs my vote. So he has to talk to me. He has to see what my problems are. Because at the end of the day, he needs my vote. They don't care about us in Sierra Leone. They don't care. They don't want to know. Yeah, I think the name is Edna Swallow. He is the president of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. I think the former president was, this lady, Basita Michaels. She left. That's the only lady I know that will stand and speak the truth. And that's why she was not called. Because she will stand up there and speak the truth. And she's going to tell them that I told you so. I told you so. Pastor Michael, she will not twist her mouth. She's going to speak to power. And she would have disgraced all of this civil society. All of them. All of them. I have respect for one or two of them. Like Rashid Dumbuya. He's another guy who is not afraid. He's fearless. I forgot to mention him. I have respect for Basita Michael. I will say this over and over and over. I have respect for that lady. I have never met her. But what I see her doing, her performance, I started following her feeds. I'm following her on Twitter. She is my go-to girl. If I have an issue in Sierra Leone, I will go to her. Because I know she will speak the truth. If I am wrong, she will tell me, hey, brother, you are wrong. These are the kind of people Sierra Leone need. Even if you are wrong, she's going to tell you, hey, my brother, let's fight this case, but you are wrong. That's just the kind of people Sierra Leone needs. Somebody who can look you in the eye and tell you, hey, brother, I can help you fight this case, but you are wrong. I trust that lady. I trust Basita Mike. I trust that lady. And I will continue to talk about her. But they will not call her. You know why? Because she is going to speak truth to power. They will not call her. Because all of them would have bowed their heads in shame. If Basita Michael was there in that state out and she was called upon to talk, all of them will bow their heads in shame from the president downwards. Because she's fearless. She's not afraid to say anything. We have a long way, brothers and sisters. We have a long way. You know, create an opportunity for your people. Is that too much to ask? Create opportunities every day. You know, it's as if they are doing us a favor. And they will do something and they started shouting. I'm not talking about one government. I'm talking about APC, SLPP. As if they are doing us a favor. And the Sierra Leoneans, we must stop this. We must tell them you are not doing us a favor. It is your responsibility. Nobody asked you to come there. Nobody asked you to be there. You decided to be there. It is your responsibility. You're not doing us a favor. And many times they think that they are doing us a favor. And some things, but we continue to hammer home the point. I think we'll continue to reiterate. We'll continue to walk over these things and make it more refined and perfect. But I think you and I have a lot to do. These guys are not doing us a favor. In fact, it is the other way around. We are doing them a favor. And so for them to come here and tell us, I have this to do. I'm building a hall. I'm doing this. I'm making this. I'm building a water well, a pump, this and that. It is your responsibility. You're not doing a favor. You're not doing the people a favor. Don't come and tell me, oh, the government are done. No. It's your responsibility. Don't come and begin to tell us and echo it for us to see it. Oh, no, say we don't do this for now. Sometimes I will just damn them, those damn illiterate people. As if they are doing us a favor. No, you are not. But I'm going to stop here for today. And we're going to come back tomorrow. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate all of you. I cannot call all of your names, but I do appreciate. For some of you who think I shouldn't talk about myself, I'm going to talk about myself because this is Facebook. And for some of you who think I shouldn't apologize, I should. That is what they call courtesy. I don't know if you know what is courtesy. But if I promise the people that I will come tomorrow and I did not make it, I will have to come and apologize to them. That is what is called courtesy. And probably that's what is one of the things that is lacking in that country, Sierra. You see what happened between the Minister of Information and the former IG. Courtesy. That was why he was reprimanded by the Minister of Information. Of course, I don't believe it was supposed to be that way. You should have probably called him at the corner and said, Mr. IG, this is not the way. When you come, you should have apologized to all of us. Say, hey, I'm very sorry for coming late. You do that because that is common courtesy. Apologize. Yes, I'm sorry. I promised to come yesterday, so time. This and this and these are the reason why I was caught in this. I'm going to talk about it. This is my feed. And it is Facebook. I told you when I started, I said Facebook is all about what? Your joys, your sorrows, entertainment. This is Facebook. So why are you tormented? And I have to. If you're not satisfied, okay. If you think the information I'm giving you don't want it, okay. Don't come. I appreciate everybody that comes to this, feed. I really appreciate all of you guys. And that is why I believe if I don't come on air and I have promised to come on air, I should apologize. It's a simple courtesy. That is what is lacking today in Sierra Leone. People take advantage of people. They don't care. No, we must have a little bit of courtesy. And say, I apologize for not coming yesterday. These and these are the reasons why I was not able to come on the air. No, I'm going to do that because it should. It's common courtesy, for God's sake. If you don't want to share my feed, that's fine. No, but I'm not going to apologize to you for that. For apologizing to the people for not coming on it. No, I'm not going to do that. Even if you have 1,000 people on the feed, I don't care. I'm doing for the people who think it's necessary. It's important. That's what I'm doing. I spend time. I do research. Because I want my people to know. So I always tell people, if even if one person, I'm glad. Because that one person will turn another person. That other person will turn another person. And I'm not discouraged. I started off with I think 5, sometimes 5 people, 6 people, 7 people. And I'm contented. If it was just me shouting and I look, nobody was there, I'll be discouraged. But even those 5, 10 people, I am contented because I know I have 5 people I have shared this knowledge to. It gives me, I'm not the kind of person who gets discouraged so easily. No, I'm satisfied with the number. Even if it's 5 people today, I'm glad because I have 5 people I have talked to and I've given this kind of information. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time here. And we'll talk about our issues. Just like I said, I'm gonna definitely text you guys what we're gonna talk about tomorrow, just like I did today, and we'll begin to work from there, And trust me, if you have something to say and everything, don't say it. I know some people don't want to come on air. Trust me. Because I want us to have some tete-a-tete discussion. Sometimes I told you yesterday, some people, you need to vent out your anger. When you vent that one out, it gives you relief. It gives you relief. And sometimes you need it. Because sometimes when you are so angry, you keep that one. Sometimes it ended up becoming you are so stressed out, you're so depressed and everything. But when you vent that one out, you are relieved. And it helps you a whole lot. So thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. And good night.